Good boy, get in there nice and deep like. Dalton, you ever done any body work?
I helped my dad a little bit on my car and that's it.
Yeah, yeah. Did y'all Scotch Brite it like this?
No, I think we just sanded it and demondered it.
Yeah. Okay. I know Aiden's done some. I know. Yeah, yeah. Talked about how crappy it was, and that's why it came off with the hot seat. So Aiden and Dalton's over there. They're Scotch Brite to jam, because like Sean said, we're gonna jam this thing tomorrow. Dalton's over here cleaning up on the firewall. And I guess I'm gonna grind. I'm going to preface this with I am not in any way, shape, or form a body guy. I've never done any sort of body and paint. I don't want to, but I'm gonna, because we've got 5 weeks left to do this deal. So just gonna do what needs to be done. Hopefully we can get this thing, you know, body off, jammed, firewall painted, etc., set it back on the chassis, and then I can start doing what I do, which will be wiring this thing up. So I don't know, this is still where we are though. Still quite a bit of body work to be done. Richard's been over here getting everything smoothed up still, blocking, sanding, blocking some more, etc. They actually just went to get some more supplies, so I don't know. I guess I'm gonna go over here and figure out how to run this grinder, and hopefully I don't mess anything up. So it's a new day. Yesterday the entire car got stripped down to bare metal. If you'll remember, I said I was gonna start on this side, and I hope I didn't mess up. Well, it turns out I messed up.
You didn't mess it up.
I went too far down though.
That's okay.
So what's the reason for all wavy?
Yeah.
So,
there's a few dents, few waves. It looks like a lot of Bondo, but he gonna take 90% of that back off, right. and all that'll be left is where it needed the filler, you know, where the holes are. You can see over here, he's inline sanding it. And see how you can see metal through it all? That's how he's taking most of it off. So that Bondo is, I mean, it's not even, you know. Yeah. It's pretty thin. And this car right here is actually in really good shape.
So like, it was talked about yesterday, it's in better shape than the car we took to SEMA.
It is. And you just never know what you're gonna get whenever you get down to bare metal on these cars. And man, this one was a good one. So,
well, this car's almost 50 years old. So,
and I guess from what I can understand is it's kicked it its whole life around Oklahoma.
That's pretty cool.
And we bought it from a buddy of ours, the Mex. That might be racist, but that's his name.
That was his nickname on the forum years ago.
Yeah, so it's
it almost went through the auction.
Yeah. So this thing caught on fire. They were gonna auction this car off through Copart. Yeah, Copart or something. It's one of the, you know,
it was at
auctions.
Copart.
It was at Copart when we went and got it.
We waited in the parking lot just so he could go in and tell them, no, I'm not gonna sell it.
Yeah, look at Dad over there representing.
Look at him. Oh, Maximo over there.
That's right. So we were actually racing in Chicago. And Mex called me or texted me and was like, hey man, you want this car? Because I've asked him about it before in the past. Yeah. And he said it caught on fire, burnt the whole front end up, and he was partners with this and with somebody else, and he was like, we just don't care about buying it back. And I was like, man, what's the buyback price on that deal, you know? And hey, he told me, and I said, I'm in. I'll take it. It was cheap, you know. So we bought it, and man, it's gonna make a good car.
Yeah. So kind of touched on yesterday, we got a lot of questions about the race donk whenever we got that burgundy car. Well, we took it to Don Dials, and it was just too rusty. He didn't want to mess with it.
It was pretty rusty. It it's not too far gone to where it can't be saved.
Yeah,
but
there's still lots of good parts on it.
For us to do what we wanted to do, the body of the car is a lot of the strength with a convertible.
Yeah.
And we were gonna have to cut the whole floor pans out of it and make structure, you know, and we didn't want to go that far with this car. So I'll have 2 to sell when we're done.
Yep.
When we're done making this one right here, I'll have 2 parts cars to sell. And I don't know, we're taking so much stuff off this blue one that it may not have anything left. We're pulling the crank windows out of it, and this one had power windows in it. So we're pulling all that out, you know, in the quest to make it as light as possible. So yeah, light is a relative term.
Yeah.
Look, man, we're gonna pull up next to the other donks, and we're gonna be the lightest one.
Right.
So,
and that's really all that matters.
Except for that one.
Except for that one at that one out in Cali or whatever, the donk killer.
That's Donkzilla or whatever. No, I'm talking about the one in Florida.
Oh yeah,
the one in Florida that's
got the fenders all cut out.
Bruce's buddy.
Yeah.
Look, I'm with that car, and it's cool, man, but y'all fuck them fenders up.
Yep.
Man, it looks terrible.
Yep.
Hey, man, that car's sick, though. But
they definitely thought outside the box, man.
They thought outside the box. They did some shit nobody else was doing.
Yep.
And I told Kat a long time ago, that's where this is going.
Yep.
You know, like everything that I've told Kat, it's funny to watch. Because if anybody knows who we're talking about Blue Magic. His name's Cad. He got, I mean, arguably the fastest donk out there. He just got outran by the other one. What's that one's name?
Man, I don't know that one's name. You talking about the burgundy one, Bruce?
Yep.
Bruce. I don't know its name.
One.
I don't know its name.
I know it. I don't know. Anyway, I'll think of it later.
Yeah.
It's funny to see where they're going with everything, because when I first started talking to Cat, he's, no, man, we got full stereo, full interior.
Yep.
Now you look, man, everything's gutted. They got race seats in them, no other seats.
Yep.
And I'm gonna put all the interior in this deal. Like, it's the way I want it. You know, it's called evolution. And I told Cad that's where y'all's going with this deal, man. Next thing you know, man, you're gonna have big enclosed trailer.
He got one too. Did you see it?
Now he's got, now he texts me and is like, man, you called it.
Yep.
You know? And every time they do something different, I said, before too long, man, y'all gonna have double frame rails. And I said, somebody is gonna take it too far, and then after that, there's no coming back.
Yep. You're either gonna have to go with him, or...
That's right. And then the Donkzilla, of course, is a double frame rail car, the one in California.
That thing is a pro mod with a 71 body on it.
That's what it is. I mean, what do you do? It's a donk.
Yep.
You know, I mean, me being who I am and doing the things that we've done, I can't say nothing bad about that.
Well, no, the Novas are the same way.
That dude pushed the envelope, and he ruined the game for everybody else.
Yep.
But if he didn't do it, somebody else was going to. So that is where donk racing is going to go, you know? And it's unfortunate because we wanted to get in on it before it got to that point. And I still believe that we could go run the heavyweight class or something like that Cad actually runs.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, because Donkmaster does the whole
the NHDRA,
National Donk Racers Association.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a thing.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a thing. That's how big donk racing's getting. I'm sure a lot of you guys will know this, you know, but I'm gonna tell you for the people who don't and think that we're just building this car because we like it.
Yeah.
Which we do.
Yeah, that's the main reason.
Yeah, that's the main reason. But people race these things, and it's getting huge, huge down on the East Coast, Southeast Coast.
Yep.
And it's traveling everywhere else. Love it or like it, it's coming.
I mean, we got a couple big wheel races here in Oklahoma this year. Like,
yes.
Big ones. Like, there's going to be a bunch of...
or hate it, it's coming.
Yeah.
You know, and it's something that we can get with. I love it. I think it's awesome. And we've explained the fact before that we don't have... Dad, will you go turn that radio off? Yeah. We've explained before that we don't have one genre of car.
Nope.
We like them all. We would have drift cars and stuff too, and that ain't out of the question. Trust me, I
drifted my dually just a minute ago.
Yeah, that's right. Trust me, I love 2JZs.
Yep.
And at some point we might get into that stuff.
Yep.
But right now, you know, we like all types of car cultures, and this is one that we like, and we've been following it for a long time. We've been watching, and they got that shit figured out, man. They are hauling ass with these cars. Convertibles, no cage, you know, on this big wheel.
Yeah. Yeah, the big wheel racing stuff is cool, man. You put a whole bunch of power in a big body car on a big wheel with a street tire, or even the slick that they're running, man, and watching.
They make them so far in a 24. They don't make those in a 26
got it.
yet. They do?
Got it. $2,250 for a set. 30 days. He just made a post this morning.
Oh yeah, I know, we gotta holler at him, man.
Yep. And he said he don't care who you are because you don't care who he is. 30 days.
That's cool.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yep.
So, you know, I mean, it's that's what I'm saying, man. Evolution, and it is coming. Everything that they're doing with these cars, they're going to be no different than us before too long.
Oh yeah.
You know,
it's just the way it is, man. You evolve or die out.
Before too long, the 2,000 horsepower that we're putting in this car ain't going to be enough.
No.
And it might already not be enough. You know, but I do know that CAD runs the heavyweight class, and I do believe right now, I might get in trouble for this, but I do believe right now, pound for pound, CAD's car's the fastest there is out there.
Oh yeah.
So I'm sure that there's a lot of people out there. Bruce, don't get upset. You know, there's a lot of people out there going, shit. But hey, man, that thing's fast.
Oh yeah.
You know, CAD's got it going on right now.
Dude, you see videos from... Okay.
I don't care.
You see videos from him on the big end when that thing comes by. That thing got some mile an hour. Mile an hour equates to
he's
horsepower.
Running 170.
Yeah,
he's running
insane.
170.
That's
out there.
insane.
Sorry, CAD. I don't know what you're running, but I believe he's running every bit of that. Like that
How are
thing's
they holding the roof down?
a strap.
Strapping it
Yeah,
down?
they're strapping.
Yeah, they got a ratchet strap
CAD
from
has
the
a ratchet
roof
strap
to
from the middle of the roof down, and then he's got like an eyelet run through the floor, and he ratchet straps it down.
Yeah,
So-
otherwise it's gone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That happened to Summer, right?
yeah,
Didn't he lose his two fly?
yeah.
He lost his top.
Was it Summer or Country Clive?
I think it was Summer.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
but we will show you as soon as we take this body off this car. I know it don't look like nothing right now, but we're gonna show y'all some shit.
There's some magic underneath.
We're gonna show y'all some shit whenever we get this body off this car.
That's happening today.
That's gonna happen probably today. No, it's got to today because we're gonna be painting the jams and everything tomorrow.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be a little bit of welding gotta happen today. Whenever we pull this body off this car, there's a lot of places where Don couldn't get to everything on the top.
Right.
I'm sure he got everything the best that they could, but that's part of the reason we're pulling this body off. Monkey's gonna come over this afternoon. He wanted to make sure. He also had some other stuff that he wants me to weld.
Yeah.
Like, you know Monkey, he walks around this deal. Every day he comes over after work. He walks around this deal and goes, what about this? What about this? Well, what he's real concerned with now, let me show you. This right here is basically the structure of this car.
Yeah.
He wants me to wire wheel all of this and all of this so that he can weld it all up solid. More solid than what they did.
Yeah.
And I get it. It can never be a bad thing. When you slam these big doors, of course they're not as heavy as what they were factory.
Yeah.
But when you slam these big doors, this pillar right here will start to move.
Yep.
And over the years, like I said, this car hasn't been beaten to death, but I've been able to move these before on these cars.
Yep.
So it's not a bad idea. You know, a lot of times Monkey comes up with some idea and I go, yeah, okay, and then I don't think about it again.
Yeah.
But Monkey knows this shit, and he don't usually say something unless, you know, so I'll probably grind all that off and then let him weld that at some point too, before we throw the carpet in it.
Yeah.
And before you start wiring shit, you know? So, I'm gonna get back to this. Really all we're gonna do today is we're gonna get the back half of the car in primer. Actually, all of it. We're gonna prime everything today. Put the car on the lift over here. Gotta move the old box Chevy. Man, that thing's filthy.
Yeah, dude.
Lift the car up, take all the body bolts out of it, set the car back down, and then lift the body up. All right, so a lot of people say that Bondo's not flammable. pretty flammable.
Holy shit, that's scary.
Yeah.
What? Why did you do that? Whoa.
That's the shit I used to do when I was a kid.
We moved on to Sean's favorite part of the whole process.
I hate this. Yeah, lunch. Lunch.
Taping off is...
I hate taping off.
Yeah, he loves it.
Dad knows I hate it.
I feel like he's getting great joy out of watching you do
It's
it.
always so
Brings
good.
back PTSD.
Bad childhood memories.
Uh-huh.
So it's
Even
all...
when I was little, I didn't like to tape off.
Yeah.
Hate it. I was better than Joe Sanders was at it though, and
What's that?
remember whenever he used to tape off, he used to put little pieces like this, and he'd put them all together.
Memphis idea. Yeah, there was some winners that worked there.
So the car's all sanded down to metal, as we said. He's got it, I guess, filled and blocked off, and it's ready for primer. Everything's hung up here, wiped down, and is fixing to put some primer on it. The big old long ass door. You want to get no overspray on these badass wheels? Dude, I've fallen out of that chair so many times doing what you just did.
It'll buck you off.
Man.
It'll buck you off. I've done it too by myself out here before, and then I look around.
Yeah.
Thanks, you're gonna get me complex now. Cause look, you start tipping up like it is right now.
I usually do it when I'm already good and mad working on something.
Oh, yeah. So early in the morning. I like to flip off the chair in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, we're fixing a prime. And then after the first, like, look at all that. Hopefully all that'll come off, you know, in the sand.
Yeah.
He will, he'll prime it, and then after that he'll start blocking, and then he'll know how many more times he's got to prime it. Hopefully not a lot.
Right.
So, but once we get all these parts in primer today, we're probably not going to do any more body work today. We'll get the car over there, we'll lift it up, we'll pull the body off of it, and then we're going to focus on painting the firewall and stuff in the morning. Door jams, trunk jams, firewall, door jams of the doors themselves. I guess whatever's left of the inner fenders on the front fenders that I haven't cut off, all that stuff will be white tomorrow. And then after that, it's all downhill from there.
Yeah.
You know?
Just like finishing up.
Other than that, Dad's already got the doors. I truly believe they're only gonna need one prime, and then he'll sand them, maybe prime them again.
Yeah.
And this isn't that bad either back here. So just depends on how good Dad wants to get it. But other than that,
Well, with all that time we've got.
I know. Other than that, we make these white. It's all going back together after that. At some point, we have to paint the red before we get going back together too much.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you put the motor in, see all the holes and stuff in the firewall, and then you paint that dash red.
Everything outside's going to be red also.
Yeah. I mean, you could tape it all off, but anybody who's taped things off, it gets through.
Yeah.
It's tough to make anything super tight. So I'd really like to paint that red the beginning of next week sometime. But once it's all white, it's going to look like the car's actually moving in the right direction. Instead of tear down,
Yeah.
it'll be like we're going back together. And once it's white, we'll put it back on the frame. And then after that, man, it's put the motor in it, you know, pull the rear end back out and powder coat everything. But then everything goes back together one more time. Everything's already been fitted in. It's you can't see it right now. You'll be able to see it after we pull the top off, but it's already got the Quick Performance 9-inch in it. It's already
It's got a lot under
we
there.
could call it what it is. It is race car underneath. And you can't tell by looking at it at all. And that's the whole point. That's the whole point of what we've done here. And there may be other people out there that race these cars, look at that and go, yeah, no, that's not going to work or whatever. We don't know.
Yeah.
It's just
like it won't physically work.
Yeah, no, we just did what we thought we needed to do. You know, I mean, we can race car a little bit. So we built this thing the way that we wanted to build it. And we made the structure the way that we thought it would be best. May not be the same way everybody else does it, but
I think it's going to work.
I don't see how it can't.
Yeah, and you smashed the
We
tire,
got
right?
so much adjustment on this rear end, and I mean, both sides of it. We got a lot of adjustment on the rear end. We've got a lot of adjustment on the chassis.
Yep.
So we're gonna smash the fuck out of this tire, and we're gonna see if it hooks. It's still tough for me to call it big rim racing because
it's a wheel.
It's a wheel. A rim is on a basketball goal. But a lot of people call it big rim racing.
Yep.
Which, whatever. If that's what they call it, that's what they call it.
Yep. But they're wrong.
But that doesn't mean it's right. It's big wheel racing.
Yep.
People gonna be mad about that.
Oh, yeah.
It is what it is.
It's not the only thing they're going to be mad about with this project.
No. I figured a name would come to me, man.
Yeah?
It hasn't yet. I'm still thinking about that one that I told you about.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wanted whiteness, but I feel like Erin's all upset
She
about
was
it.
very against it.
Yeah, I don't know why. I'll see what the problem is.
Yeah. I mean, McDougal had a car named Whiteness.
Yeah. And it ain't even as white as what this one's going to. This one's going to be cocaine white.
Yeah.
You ain't getting no brighter white than this one.
No.
What are you doing? Still stirring that deal,
He's
huh?
got a science project going on over
Yeah,
there.
he does.
We need a shaker.
Yeah, you do. So, yeah.
Fixing to lay some primer on it, and then we'll see what it looks like, right?
Oh, we'll know how straight it is when the primer goes on. Before,
Yeah.
while it's going on and it's shiny, you can see it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then it dulls out, and then it makes it harder to see. But as it's going on, you can go, oh, there's a dent, and, you know. Hey. Did you run it? Huh?
It might too, yeah.
Twice.
Yeah, just. I'm gonna blame it on this.
Huh? You're gonna blame it on my compressor.
It does start dripping.
They don't look bad though. And you can tell what it's gonna look like. You're gonna paint my lift. Look.
Yeah.
You can tell what it's gonna look like as the primer's still wet.
Yeah.
It don't look bad. It don't. It looks like, you know, two coats of primer, top. Probably be all right. Ugh.
Yeah, thanks. All right, so it's a new day. This thing is ready to be jammed. All the door jambs are sanded, roughed up, ready for some paint. Deck lid, firewall, inner fenders, doors, all that stuff. Fixing to lay some paint. I'm sure they have a special name for it. I don't know. What kind of paint you fixing to put on this stuff?
It's just single stage enamel.
Okay. I knew it wasn't like the paint. Like
It's not base coat, clear coat.
Okay. So, but it's ready. You been out here sanding, then the jams, firewall, all that stuff's ready for paint.
Yeah. Yeah, that white'll go right over all this. Like, could it have been better? Yeah. you know, but is it gonna look good? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's just the jams. The body and everything else will be great. It's not like this is gonna be bad.
Yeah.
I get how it looks right now, but once he paints over the top of it, that enamel, it covers a lot.
Yeah.
And not to mention this is gonna be white. So we sanded it all good enough that it's gonna stick and everything will be fine,
So we, as y'all can see, we got the body off of the frame yesterday. I spaced out and didn't get that on video, but they'll have seen it on TV. It was kind of cool.
Yeah. Well, and the frame's over there.
Yeah.
So we pulled everything off of it, and at this point, we're probably going to build everything on the frame while Dad's doing body work over here.
Yeah.
And it'll be a roller with a motor and transmission back in it whenever we make this back up.
That'll be pretty cool.
So we're gonna do everything because we're not running inner fenders on this deal. We're gonna paint everything. All of this will be painted white because you're gonna see it.
Yeah.
It's not gonna, you know, be show car quality paint.
Yeah.
But it's gonna all be white. And the doors, and then after that, once this is done, Dad can flip the fenders over, flip the doors over, and he can make them paint ready. All this back here will be white. So this is a big step.
Yeah.
I understand that right now, even to me sometimes, this looks like a 6-year project.
Yeah.
It's not. It's gonna be, you know, a couple of week project. So, and at the end of the day, we're not building a SEMA car, we're building a race car.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Which, you know, luckily it's only a 2-week project because, you know, we only have a little bit more time than that. Actually.
Good Dad, look at Dad. Just repping our companies.
Yeah.
Just every day, repping our
Precision
companies.
Turbo today.
Yeah. Yep. So.
Yeah.
It's I'm excited. Like this show that we're doing called the EndGame, it really enabled us to spend a lot of time to get this car where we needed it. This was a side project that we started on, and everything has got put in front of this deal, you know, because that's my livelihood.
Yeah.
Well, this has actually catapulted it up into this is what's next on our plate, and we're going to get it done.
Yep, as it was, you know, this would have been you know, it probably would have taken us a majority of the next year to get this thing finished in our spare time.
And that is to, well, with MPK and all the other spin-off shows that we're doing, we don't have no time. So we had to fit this one into our time. So
it'll turn out pretty cool. Like you said, it looks like a lot of work currently. To me, especially because, you know.
Well, me and Dad's been out here for about 3 hours already this morning.
Yeah.
Just doing the little stuff like, it's 12. Yeah, Dad got here at 8. Dad's been out here for 4 hours. So I heard Dad pull in, I hollered at him and said, man, give me a minute, I'll be out there. Because we didn't leave here till 9 or so last night.
Yeah.
And so I've been out here this morning just, you know, going over all the edges, making sure everything's sanded, because anybody who paints stuff knows that it's all in the prep work. So we could have went down to bare metal on all this, and the way, like whenever we built Kilo and we went, you know, a SEMA build, we sandblasted everything. Sandblast, soda blast. Somebody out there is going to say, you're going to warp the paint when you sandblast it. Okay, soda blast. We soda blasted everything. So all these door jambs right here that still have paint on them, when we did Kilo, and the way you should do a SEMA build, in my opinion, is you take everything down to metal. You get it all, and then you work everything enough that it doesn't take much Bondo. But there's people out there who are like, this thing don't got no Bondo on it. You show me a car that don't have no Bondo on it, and I'll show you a car that's wavy as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, Bondo has its place.
Oh yeah, it's not it ain't to fill in dents, you know, that there should be. You
get the dents out, and then you smooth everything with Bondo. That's just the way it is, you know. And there's going to be people out there that argue that fact. But another thing that I see a lot of, and I don't want to get in on that, but if you're doing your body work with fiberglass, stop.
Oh really?
Stop it.
That's bad.
So a lot of people fill rust holes with fiberglass. And Dad, how come you don't fill holes with fiberglass?
Because it'll end up coming back.
Oh, remember that donk we went and looked at? They had filled all the floorboards with fiberglass.
Yeah. What's up, RJ? What? You don't have to hide behind that deal. So our O'Reilly's guy brought us the paint and stuff that we need to get this deal going. So
We'll step over here. Check out the frame. We want to show it, right?
Oh yeah.
We've been talking about all the killer work that Don did over here on this chassis. We're going to show it to y'all now. Well, the rear end's gone, but
yeah, everything's gone. Rear end's a powder coat. Yeah. Everything tied together. I've been contemplating because we don't really know yet. We don't really know where the drive shaft's going to be, depending on how low we get it back here. I'm thinking about cutting this out.
Yeah.
But it scares me if you look in the back. If you look here in the front, it has these two. But in the back, it kind of scares me a little bit because of this. And this is the strength of this deal, you know?
yeah.
So I'm probably not going to worry about cutting that out until we know if it's not going to work. So, thanks, RJ.
Yep. So this is all the tying together that Don Dial did. I mean, it turned out awesome. I feel like.
Yes. No, Don took our ideas and he ran with it. Him and Dusty killed it on this deal. Yep. So if this right here doesn't strengthen this deal up and make it to where this car doesn't twist, and not to mention we're going to solid mount it back to the chassis, then I don't know what will.
So when he's talking about solid mounting it back, you know, these old cars, even today's newer cars, are mounted with these rubber bushings, and we have some.
It helps.
Helps it ride better.
Helps buff the transfer from the road to the body.
Yeah.
So
we went back with some billet aluminum body mounts, or maybe billet steel. I don't know what they are.
They're billet aluminum.
They're some sort of billet that's going to make it solid, which further helps to strengthen everything.
So there's a couple different variations that you can do these, you know. So make them bigger, make them smaller.
Yeah. So that's where we are. Richard's fixing to lay down the first bit of paint, and we'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Oh, makeshift paint booth's working out pretty good.
Yeah.
Everything's starting to turn white.
What are you gonna do?
What do you think?
I think it's white. Shit's white.
It's definitely white.
I mean, that right there just changes the whole look and everything of what all we got left. Like, we still have just as much to do.
Oh yeah.
But it just seems like we're that much closer now.
Yo.
So.
Man, the white's cool.
Dad, you want me to fire the heater up in here? Get it pretty warm? I mean, it doesn't matter because we're not going to touch it now until Monday.
Yeah, but
It's going to sit in here for 2 days.
it's going to just get a part of it.
Well, you said that about the primer yesterday too, and it was tacky last night.
It's not now.
No. No, it's not. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Probably my fingers that are tacky.
Yeah. Man, the door jambs look good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, the parts that matter look good. The parts where it's going to be covered up,
Yeah.
they still look terrible. But you know, like all this right here will be covered up with rubber. You'll still see from there to there if you get underneath the door and look. But you know, then the door panels come to here and cover all this up.
Yeah. I mean, if somebody's doing that, they're just being petty.
Yeah. Well, we ain't that worried about it.
So the EndGame build is coming along here. Chassis is all finished painted. We got all of the powder coat back from Powder Rangers. The rear end looks awesome. Like all of the red parts look awesome. This is a happy little mistake here. The calipers were supposed to be red.
Yep.
Richard painted them white, and man, I like it. the white with the red letters. The Rossler is installed. Summit got us a flex plate, and then they got us another flex plate because they sent the wrong one, or we ordered the wrong one. However, it worked out. We didn't get the right one the first time, but they had the right one for us the next day. Holley high rim with a sheer fab intercooler lid. The Motion Raceworks new Icon throttle body. I think sweet, super low profile. Stainless works, of course. The Texas Speed 427. We had the QA1 stuff, instead of being black, we had it done red as well. Quick Performance put us together another brake kit that will use wheel woods on the front, not the big brakes like we did on the SEMA Donk, but a more race style brake.
Yes.
So,
you know, a little smaller. We don't need anything that is so much rotating mass, because look at how much mass we've already got.
yeah.
So we've got a mess around here, I know that.
It is dirty.
Like, this shop is horrible. But we should paint the car this week. Once we paint the car, I'm hoping to have pretty much everything here ready to set the body back down on it, and we'll go from there. So I guess a lot's came together in a short amount of time.
For sure.
Here. So once we get all the brake lines ran, honestly, that may be it. We might, I just don't want to put all that stuff through the frame, which we could put it through the frame later while the body's on it if we have to.
Yeah.
But it's one of those deals where, do we really want to put that through the frame and not make the connections?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We've still got a lot to do with this build, and we've came a long ways, but man,
We got quite a bit to do still.
we still have a lot to do. So, you know.
Yeah. Man, hey, the wheels with the red backing instead of the polished or whatever they used to be.
Yes.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Turned out pretty cool.
Yeah.
The 26-inch Corleone forged. It's a little bit different design than what you would normally do.
It is. It's a little twisted.
Yeah.
And I've always said that I don't like twisted stuff, but, you know, it's pretty simple. It's pretty easy, you know, and simple's really what I like.
Yep.
If it was real twisted, I wouldn't be able to take it, but I kind of like this one.
Yeah.
That one's got some old bolts on it, don't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Ran out.
Other than that, tomorrow we'll put the rack and pinion on it. Tomorrow we will put the brakes on the front. We'll run the brake lines. We'll have this thing sitting down, probably on the ground, ready to, you know, at least be a roller.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, Dad's gonna come in and he's gonna finish sanding on the body, which he came in the other day. Everything looks pretty killer. And he's got pretty much everything ready to paint. All of this is really, really close.
Old Richard been putting in work.
Yeah. Been sanding. So.
Smooth.
Yep. And he's pretty happy with how the quarter panels and everything are. Like we've talked about numerous times, this car's a lot straighter and just all around in better shape than what the SEMA Donk was.
Yeah.
So, we've also already worked on this one probably a little bit longer than what we did with the SEMA Donk.
Yeah.
So
We've had a little more time, which is
we've had a
crazy
little
to
more
say.
time. Yeah. So, I don't know. I'm ready.
It's coming together, but it's still got quite a ways to go.
Yeah, but it'll really be something once we set this white body down on it. And then we start putting the doors on. We start putting the trunk lid on. We start everything else. And that's whenever it all starts coming together.
Yep. Yep, that's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm ready.